Hi, I'm Ed.
I'm Catherine.
And we are Have Fun, We'll Travel.
Will travel reach the card of a man.
We hope you enjoy our travel videos as we want to share our fun while we travel across the U.S. and around the world. Relax, enjoy, and help us share our retirement travels by liking and subscribing to our YouTube channels, Have Fun We'll Travel and Ed Foodie.
Thank you.
Memphis, Tennessee, home of the blues. As you can see, we're heading back into the mountains of Tennessee.
Thank you, baby. You are gonna see
Pretty up there too.
all of the mountains.
Crossing the Mississippi River into Memphis, Tennessee. We were hungry, so before going to the hotel, we stopped at Central Barbecue. I did some reading up on Memphis barbecue and was told this was one of the better ones. And I have to admit, even though coming from Texas, I think I really like the dry rub on the Memphis style barbecue. Catherine got the smoked turkey and I got the brisket. And there was a choice of 3 different styles of sauce, which I thought all of them were fantastic. One of the first clubs we see, B.B. King's Blues Club, one of my favorite blues musicians. Let's take a stroll down Beale Street and look at all the different clubs they have. The main part of Beale Street is closed to traffic, which makes it very nice for tourists and pedestrians. Let's take a further stroll down Beale Street. We decided to take a rest at the 152 Club and was fortunate enough to get a seat facing the street to people watch. Little did we know that there was a show about to happen right before our eyes. These guys were pretty good and they do this every night. The 152 Club has 3 levels of music. We were on the bottom level, and it sounded more like a honky-tonk from Nashville. Let's take a look at some of the other sites and some interesting signs and things to see. Gibson has been making guitars for over 100 years. Tours are available. This bronze statue of the king of rock and roll marks the beginning of Beale Street. The Orpheum Theater has a Sidewalk of the Stars. Here is Texas's own Stevie Ray Vaughan. And here, B.B. King, in my opinion, king of the blues. Beale Street also has brass notes in the sidewalk on the Walk of Fame. There is a bronze statue of William Christopher Handy, known as the father of the blues. We had a fantastic time at the King's Palace outdoor patio. I'm not sure the name of this band that was playing, but it was so much fun and so close up and personal. I actually got to whistle with him on Otis Redding's Dock of the Bay, but unfortunately Catherine wasn't with me at the time, and therefore I did not get it on video. Let's listen for a few minutes. The information center where the tour bus picked us up has two huge statues of B.B. King and Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. Our bus tour stopped at the Peabody Hotel, home of the famous Peabody Ducks. This was about the craziest thing I think I've ever seen. The Chez Philippe restaurant looked fabulous. We'll stop back here tonight for dinner. Now back to the Peabody Ducks.
The launch of the world famous Peabody Ducks.
They roll out the red carpet for these ducks every day at 11 a.m. and then again at 5 p.m. as they march down the red carpet out of the elevator from their penthouse suite. And then at 5 p.m. they get out of the fountain, down the red carpet again, into the elevator, and up to the penthouse. We had lunch at Silky O'Sullivan's on Beale Street, and of course, Memphis barbecue. I just can't get enough of this dry rub Memphis-style barbecue. It's quite a bit different than the Texas-style barbecue, but I love it. And the beans were good, the coleslaw was okay, but the barbecue was fantastic. One of the sad days in American history. The Lorraine Motel is the motel where they arrested James Earl Ray for the assassination of Martin Luther King. Of course, everyone knows of St. Jude Hospital. This hospital provides free service to children with diseases. I love this quote of Danny Thomas. Here are some of the historic homes in Memphis. Some of them have been converted to bread and breakfasts. Sun Studios is known as the birthplace of rock and roll. If you can think of any rock and roller from the 1950s, or blues for that matter, they've recorded at Sun Studios. Elvis Presley recorded his first recording at Sun Studio. I thought I'd better at least put a couple of photos of Graceland. The tour bus went by, but we really didn't get a chance to stop in and do anything. The next street behind Graceland, though, we did go past Elvis Presley's father's house. The tour ended with a cruise on the Mississippi River on this paddle wheel boat. It lasted for over an hour, and though it was kind of fun at first, it ended up being a little bit too long and not really very interesting. Here are some of the sights along the way. The first Holiday Inn was built in Memphis. This is what it looks like now. We ended the evening back at the Peabody Hotel and had dinner at the Chez Philippe restaurant. This is one of the best meals I've ever had and a fabulous looking restaurant. I won't go into too many details here. I'll just show you some photos of our meal. You can check out the full review and more photos on my other YouTube channel, Ed Foodie, Fun with Food. Time to say goodbye to Memphis. I wish we could have stayed there another day, but time to get on the road. Next stop, Jefferson, Texas.